Stafford with the play action. Two guys going deep. Throws to one of them. It's Cup. Complete in front of the rookie Terry Arnold. And a first down to the Rams.
But watch him at the top of the routes. He has some little wiggle to him. You're not sure if he's going by you deep, outside, inside, and he can just turn around the best of them. And that time the rookie Terry Arnold, what was that?
Third and one, they're going to throw for it. Stafford zings it complete to the 43-yard line and a first down.
Well, take a look. This is the old no-looker right here, right? That's what makes it so hard, because when you're a linebacker on the other side, he's looking right at you, Mike. He's staring at you, so you're thinking you're going to get it.
Play 63 for L.A. Stafford protected, looking for Cup. Can he get the feet down? They say yes, a catch for Cup. Dots him on the sideline at the 27.
So good. If you don't have the little pellets, maybe the officials don't even give you credit. He got it down twice. He's a heck of a guy. You think about these two receivers. One runs 4.6.
First and goal for the Rams. Stafford looking up top. Got him wide open. Cup to the end zone. And the Rams take the lead. Touchdown. Stafford's a Cup.
Watching the back here. The man coverage slips for just a second. Carlton Davis just slips on that return motion.
3rd and 5, Lions bring 4. Collapse the pocket, the pass is caught for the first down at the 21. What a play to Demarcus Robinson with the pressure coming at Stafford.
Watch this, just watch Matthew Stafford here. How does he even see the guy down the field, much less falling backwards, fadeaway jumper, no look, whatever the heck that was, and complete that third down pass? That is redonkulous right there.
And he'll cut you off to that ball carrier.
Wide receiver blocking so important. Kaiser White almost got to Stafford, who buys time, launches for Robinson, who makes a catch downfield to save his quarterback. Forget it. DeMarcus is down there somewhere.
Well, Robinson's going to break this route off, and you're going to see Budda Baker get caught here and lose sight of the ball in scramble mode. He got turned around like a turnstile door. No need to jump for that one. But to number 9.
Good job by Williams to pick up the safety, and that allows Stafford to deliver to Tutu Atwell on the sideline, and he rolls out of bounds to stop the clock with 58 seconds. 3 down linemen, 2 backers on the perimeter here. Stafford rifles it downfield, and he finds Tutu Atwell at 5'9". He elevated every inch he could to grab that one.
Nickel 42, that's why the play action worked, and that's why there were some holes in that coverage. They try to keep Stafford sending the whole line to the right.
Here they come. Good protection, good throw. Tutu Atwell catches this one and takes it out past the 40 as Isaac Yadam finally brings him down with that pressure on the right.
Well, watch the block right here. When you send the line to the right, the running back's got to make some noise and create space for Stafford. He attacks the void in the defense and stuck him with a strike right there. Look at that arm angle. Oh, I love it. Tutu. Oh, my goodness. You only get credit for one.
Stafford. Across for Williams. Oh! Somersaults in to the end zone to get Los Angeles on the board.
Well, look at this matchup. It's just halfback choice, and Fred Warner's got to get over there and help on this. Boom! He split him, hit the home run, and Campbell's more of a run stopper, and you get him in space like that. What do we say about McVay? He's in his bag right now.
So that's why it's 1st and 8. Another play action fake. Stafford loves the play fake because it opens things up downfield, and he finds the receiver in Demarcus Robinson.
As you get Robinson on the deep in route, he's got to float this thing over the backers Oh, just beautifully thrown. And that's not as easy as Stafford makes it look. It's got to get up and down quick before Hufanga.
Another play fake. Another deep throw. Looking for Tutu. Oh! Down inside the 5. To Tutu Atwell.
Are you kidding me? Tutu Atwell. I hate to say it, San Francisco, but this is almost Willie Mays-ish. Oh, he got to turn his shoulders, so not quite, but close, coach.
Deep drop for Stafford off his play action. There is Robinson on cue. Johnson gave him cushion, and Robinson takes advantage with a gain to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 19.
Is so elite at that, understanding that Johnson's going to bounce off because of the cut split. He's going to rip inside on that in route, and Stafford has that ball airborne before the receiver even makes his break. That's what you have to do.
It's his first time here with fans since 2018. Oh, wow, he just flipped it to Parkinson with all that pressure coming. Parkinson gets knocked down by Booker, but it's a first down and more of the elite processing that Mark was talking about.
Look at him flip this thing out to his right. God, he's so good and so smooth. Like a sleight of hand, baby.
Well, for all the talk about off the fake, deep drop, looking downfield, Tutu Atwell makes the catch. He's got a first down in front of Tyreek Stevenson, and a flag is thrown as the two are jostling out of bounds. It is a very physical secondary. Stevenson, Brisker, Gordon, these guys make physical plays on the sideline. There's Brisker late, as you said, Mark. His fourth catch already. That's the most by a Rams receiver today. A lot of receivers have had to step up in the absence of Kupp and Nakua. Stafford downfield, wide open, Tutu Atwell. Down near the 31 of Chicago.
Just a little stumble coming out. Remember, Stafford talked about that long grass here in Chicago. I know he's happy about playing in September early when the grass isn't quite as long, but there's this in route. And you see, it almost looks like the Canadian Football League with Tutu Atwell.
He's likely to miss at least a couple more games. They have an early bye in week 6 through the Rams. Stafford, Atwell, wide open in front of Jaquan Brisker, and Tutu Atwell finding the space for a long gain.
Well, this is the same thing we talked about with the last touchdown for DJ Moore on a linebacker. Jaquan Brisker can't cover.
Playing a role in what is now a 9-point contest. Fake it to Williams. Stafford deep down the middle for Robinson. A shot just past the 45-yard line.
Well, watch Stafford just fire this ball down the pipe. Those windows are getting smaller and smaller. He is a tight window extraordinaire.
Wow,
Holy
over TJ Edwards.
Throw it.
Play fake, deep drop. Good blitz pickup by Ronnie Rivers, and Tutu Atwell makes the grab.
Staring down the barrel, anticipates this throw with Dexter. Gervin Dexter gives him a little chin music. Matthew Stafford was looking for a penalty flag.
Shift over, a motion a guy, eye candy, play action.
In the middle he goes. He's got Atwell again. And he falls at the Green Bay 38 after 25 yards on that play.
It's a great play design. You're going to see the play fake here, run it, and then we'll pause it right when Stafford gets back. Boom. At this point, you see Walker looking at his eyes. You're going to get right behind him. He looks at Stafford, and Stafford holds him with his eyes. That creates the window.
On that last row of the defense, 2nd and 10. Stafford will try to challenge him here. Pass caught. What a leaping grab it is by the former Chief, Demarcus Robinson.
Motion him down, and it's just block him up and throw a simple comeback on the outside.
Nixon.
Great catch right there by Robinson. But to me, Matthew Stafford has a big arm. You can line up and throw routes to the field, to the boundary, way outside, and make it a simple pitch and catch because of his skill set.
Holds on to it.
But he's just great in space. One cut, gets downhill.
Fake it to him on 3rd and short. And they pick up the first down with Whittington all the way down to the Packers' 31-yard line.
Special. This is who's going to get the ball, Jim. I want you to watch his job of faking like he's going to fit into the run and then just sneak right over there and nobody around. And that's just all coaching, saying these guys commit to the run. That's such a creative mindset. Sean McVay, one of the special play callers.
So they take the penalty. They refuse the penalty. Make it 2nd and 1. They take the 9-yard pass play.
Oh, great throw.
There it is for Whittington.
Run a guy and run a deep out. You can run it.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Yard away. 3.5 remaining.
I would actually play action this one. Yep.
Throws it. Caught for the touchdown. DeMarcus Robinson from Stafford.
What a great route. On 21. Stokes, look at, he falls down right there. That's a great job.
Atwell. Stafford. And caught on the play, and there he goes, running down the middle. A terrific play. And a 1st down deep into Raider territory. Tyler Johnson, a catch and run of 37. And a terrific run by Johnson.
Well, Tyler Johnson's going to be on Jack Jones. It's just a drag route. Jones takes the angle to undercut it, thinking he could knock it away with his left hand, but he misses. And as soon as you miss that, you all of a sudden have leverage, and the leverage goes in the way of Johnson. He's able.
In the pocket. Touchdown! Kyron Williams.
Watch how he gets himself out of position. He starts to run out, put your foot in the ground, you get back into the middle. Easy one-on-one matchup and a great way to attack the interior of that Vikings defense.
Vikings minus Blake Cashman tonight. He's hurt. Leads the team in tackles. Meanwhile, Stafford chased, escapes, fires, caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp.
Watch this spin move here by Grenard. He's 4th in the NFL in pressures. Spin move, beautiful. Has a chance for the sack. The big fella, Harrison Phillips, but no. Stafford, I know he's going to feel good about that one. Gets out of that. And then the vision downfield to find his main guy.
Extra man comes. Stafford throws. Nakua along the sideline holds it in. I'll tell you what, for a guy who, has been hurt, wasn't supposed to play, barely practiced, what a night.
Yeah, and let's give Stafford a lot of credit for the timing of that ball. He anticipates. That's a tough thing to do on 3rd down. Look at that left foot get down. Great footwork there.
Scored 3 tonight, only 15 yards, but one of those was a touchdown. And that is caught at the 41-yard line. They go to Tutu Atwell.
You saw the man in motion, Tyler Johnson. He actually, right there, he goes into the flat and pulls that flat defender with him, Shaq Griffin. And a very simple high-low read for as accurate a quarterback as you'll see in Stafford. So
a couple limited to 15. Send him out to the sideline on the left. Pass over the middle, wide open. There's Nakua. He takes it to the 26-yard line, 1st down. 106 yards from Nakua.
Watch him look left and then come back knowing exactly where he wants to go with his football. His eyes right now are over here to just open up the middle of this field. Comes back, steps into it, and throws an absolute laser.
Let him to the Lombardi. Throws this one to the corner. Reaching for it. But a flag is thrown in the end zone. Robinson comes down with it for the moment. DeMarcus Robinson.
We talked so much about Nakua and Kupp. Here's DeMarcus Robinson who gets one-on-one. There's the hold, but he's able to work through that hold. No safety support over the top. You see 44 Metellus coming over late, but you're on an island.
Kupp now out of the slot. Stafford to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. DeMarcus Robinson.
Just kind of run out of things of what you want to say about this guy. Look, I mentioned to the left, he's got his 2 receivers. He looks left. But now he's going to come back over here to find Robinson matched up against Harrison Smith. Zone coverage from the left, step up, back to the right, and right between the safety and the corner, Robinson's able to separate for that touchdown. What a drive.
Now he comes to the left. Stafford looked that way. Stafford throws. Caught. Cup to the 48-yard line. So Cooper Kupp, 27, out to midfield.
Yeah, they get lost here in coverage with that motion. See two? Watch two here. He gets a late break, then he doesn't find the football. That's Stephon Gilmore. So the motion, the stacked receiver, and then losing Cooper Kupp. Gilmore comes over late. By the time he comes over, he just can't locate the football.
Nakua shifts to the outside. Stafford, pump fake, throws. It is Robinson who makes the catch for a Rams first down to the Seattle 29.
What a beautiful ball by Matthew Stafford and Demarcus Robinson. They raved about how he's a complete wide receiver for them, able to do a lot in the blocking game.
From the 23-yard line, Stafford with time, fires downfield. It's Cooper Kupp, but he was out of bounds.
The other saying it wasn't. All right, there's the catch. I'm looking at both feet. He drags.
Did he have possession?
Did he have possession? Looks like he had possession.
Remember, they are without Puka Nacua, ejected in the final minute of the second quarter. As the pass from Stafford is caught on a dive by Demarcus Robinson for a Rams first down.
Tyrell Dodson, he's going to come in on the blitz and wrap around. But watch Matthew Stafford sits in there, takes the hit, and still delivers a strike to Demarcus Robinson. That is good football all around. Demarcus Robinson running that over.
Second and goal. Stafford, end zone, touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, his fourth trip to the end zone this season.
Matchup for Rick Woolen. He's playing one-on-one with no help. Demarcus Robinson, what a move. That stem to the inside got Rick Woolen right off the snap. Nice job, It's a long stretch for the Rams offense to continually go short, dink and dunk, and run the football versus Seahawks defense.
From the 17, Stafford looking on first down. Stafford throws. It is caught. Tyler Johnson makes the catch, dragging defenders with him.
I was sure that this was intercepted. Tyler Johnson goes, gets right underneath, and that's Rick Woolen. He's just waiting for it. Go get it. Go get it. If you're a defender, go get it. Instead, Tyler Johnson, he goes after it, plays the football, makes a tremendous catch.
New set of downs for the Rams from their 41-yard line. Stafford sets, throws, it is caught. 2-2, Atwell. 43-yard line, that's Atwell's first catch today.
And look at Stafford's eyes. He is downfield the whole time, and I love the play design. Sean McVay gets Stafford outside of the pocket so that he has time to hit 2-2 Atwell.
Second down and 6. Fake to Williams. Stafford fires downfield. It is caught for a touchdown by Robinson. The Rams win it.
There's Demarcus Robinson, and just watch how he goes up and out. Rick Woolen is chasing from the jump. He has no opportunity to make a play. That's a beautiful ball by Matthew Stafford.
39 yards from Stafford to Robinson. His second touchdown today. It's an overtime winner as the Rams win their third straight. It took only 4 plays in overtime once the Rams defense stopped the Seahawks on fourth down in the red zone.
Stafford, Nacua, and the Rams have to hurry, short of first down yardage, under 10 to go. Just had their second rushing first down of the ball game as Stafford finds Nacua. And the catch before he heads out of bounds. 18 yards, and Kendall Fuller was there. What a nice throw and catch.
It didn't look like he got a grip on it after he almost lost it when he was doing the play fake to Williams. But soft on the outside by Kendall Fuller, and Puka Nacua. This is one of those routes that I talk about. Comes off the field or comes up the field vertically.
3rd down and 5. Kupp. What a catch! 1st down Rams in the first 3rd down conversion of the ball game.
An unbelievable catch and just as good a throw. That ball was in the air long before Cooper Kupp came out of his break. Stafford knew he had one-on-one. The ball is out. You can see the timing of that. I mean, that is excellent work between Stafford and Kupp, and the catch by Cooper Kupp. He makes those look routine all the time. All-purpose or scrimmage yards.
107. Here's Stafford. There's Kupp. 10 minutes off the clock. A 9-play drive, an 11-play drive, but they've only gotten 3 points.
Well, you see the top of that route by Cooper Kupp.
No handoff. Stafford fires for Nacua. Down to the 25.
You see him going across, but then he stops and he picks up Nacua. But Stafford knew exactly where he was, and you're right. He saw that match.
He's had one game without an offensive TD. They're in danger of that. Robinson. Perfect throw, and DeMarcus Robinson is out of bounds with a 1st down. Who's really been outstanding for the Rams, and he finally gets involved.
He has been really good.
Nacua in motion. The only completion so far has gone to Nacua. And this one will too. Great connection out to the 45-yard line. Stafford rolling, throwing, end zone. Cooper Kupp touchdown. Both touchdowns in this game provided by a couple of Eastern Washington alums. Kendrick Bourne for the Patriots, Cooper Kupp for the Rams.
He's going to go grab the backer and get out, but nobody goes with him. And it's 3-on-2 over there. The Rams are outnumbered. Taki and Pettis have to have a conversation about that and figure out.
Fake it to Williams. Stafford floats it. Nacua reaching, diving, holding on. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Well, here comes the fake block by Puka Nacua inside. He's going to freeze the safety and then get out to the pylon. Stafford is just throwing this to open grass, waiting for his guy to speed cut, and he got shaken up a little bit. I think he's in there. Both elbows hitting inside. What concentration. Fully horizontal. Snagging that football.
Stafford is looking sideline, looking for Nacua on the deep out. And he secures it and steps out of bounds.
To Atwell clearing it out, and then Puka Nacua has the freedom to show an inside route and then get back out.
1st and goal.
Put some speed on that one, and there goes Cooper Kupp to the house. Another strike, and Kupp takes it the distance. 69 yards on a very nice Stafford delivery.
Look at this. This is just an all-out pressure. Bringing the heat on Matthew Stafford. He knows it's one-on-one. Cooper Kupp. And just throws a perfect ball to Cooper. I mean, that's the gamble you take. If you're going to call an all-out pressure, you better get home, or number 9 will make you pay.
For the longest play of the season for the Los Angeles offense. Deep drop. Looking downfield for Tutu. Atwell. Feet in bounds. Steps out at the 26. Gain of 22 for Tutu.
Stafford has to help the whole line out. Avila. But this is a perfect route by Tutu Atwell. Shows the inside head fake. And then gets to the sideline. Saves him some space. Threaten that DB with speed. Marcus Jones right there, 25. That's what Gerard Mayo wants. He wants him to set the tone with low pad level and better tackling.
Stafford, back foot, slinging for Parkinson. What a throw, what a catch. Hopefully everybody's all right. Parkinson makes sure after securing the touchdown. His first target in 3 games. And it's a touchdown from Stafford, his 4th of the day.
Oh my gosh, watch. He's going to go inside first, give Christian Ellis a little hint, and then bam, right to the back corner. Christian Ellis got left behind, and the security guard, this guy, oh man, she got cleaned out right there.
Hopefully everybody's all right.
Fell right into, oh man.
Sunday before Thanksgiving, knowing a lot of Philly fans traveled out. On the 41, second throw, steps out. Hey, Matthew Stafford's running. That hasn't happened all year. Slides at the 43 for a first down.
His stats are in rushing this year, 10 for -7 yards. He just made up for all that. There you go, Matthew Stafford. Everything on the line here tonight. And you know it when Stafford takes off.
Stafford, Nakua, what a throw. What a throw. And catch and flag.
I mean, about 3 times a game, and you know I say this all the time, Matthew Stafford makes a throw that goes, no, he did not. And this one is so covered out there. Yes, there was a foul, but that is a micro window that he just threw that ball into, and Nakua makes the catch.
That's why Rodgers was in. He was flagged for the penalty. Second and goal, Stafford, end zone touchdown. Held on to by DeMarcus Robinson, and the Rams respond with 6.
Because they just have not had a chance to see him in this combination. So you could just write it down. They're still going to attempt to run the football, but they are going after Rodgers the rest of this game.
They call 4th and a yard. They go tight. They're going to put it up in the air, and Stafford's throw is complete. Nakua through a tackle, carrying his man for 30 yards. Puka to the 20-yard line.
You're going to get one-on-one coverage. This is how. 4th and 1, you know it's going to be man-to-man. Again, they go after Rodgers, this time with Puka Nakua on the outside. What a call. What a tremendous, gutsy call that was.
And Josh Sweat is down for the Eagles. Just mentioned Bryce Huff.
I still think led, of course, by Jalen Carter.
And one of those beautiful throws by Stafford to Cooper Kupp for the touchdown. Matthew delivers on cue.
And when he uncorks that thing, the safety just has no time to make the break. He's inside position on Quinyon Mitchell, and the safety can't get there.
It's been a great job by the offensive line and him following his blocks.
Jordan Howard in for Matthew. Stafford firing. Robinson. DeMarcus Robinson. Knocked out of bounds at the 2.
By Sean McVay, DeMarcus Robinson. When I asked Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay about him, what is his best skill set? Doing it just like that. Just go until they stop me. Love it.
Excellent field position for Stafford and the Rams. It's 2-2 Atwell. Defended by Amadi.
Ugo Amadi, and what's going to happen is everything is off of motion. Ugo's not allowed to get the press on Tutu, and Tutu is so slippery at that slot position, that wide receiver position, because he's so quick and so fast in and out of his breaks.
3rd and 9. Stafford flushed out of the pocket by Von Miller, throws across his body, and he's got a first down. There is Puka Nakua delivering.
There's so much I like about this. Stafford, and he's not known for this incredible escapability, but he can get out of the pocket and drop it down and throw it just an absolute dot like anybody in the NFL. And
they finished with 3 straight divisional games, so they are in good position. Stafford left it fly, and it's Cooper Kupp who's open. He's got a first down in a Bills territory as the Coop chants come down here in Inglewood.
You got Cooper Kupp here running up the field, and this is just called a sail route. It's a leveled pattern. You put someone short, you put someone intermediate, and you run someone deep. Cooper's the intermediate target. There's nobody there.
Fake. Stafford fires. It is 2-2 Atwell, who's got his first catch of the game and another first down.
I love this route. Watch 2-2 Atwell. This is called a squirrel route. An out and up and then a comeback. That defensive back has to guard an out cut, then an out and up, and then an out and up comeback. There's three.
This time pressure. Von Miller, Stafford. Beauty to Nakua's got a first down up near midfield on the run.
So pretty. Look at Cooper Kupp. Just unselfish. That is one of the greatest pass rushers in the history of the NFL, blocking. Von Miller and Stafford out of the pocket. Look at his eyes. Just locked in. Absolute A-plus throw to Nakua on the boot.
Stafford, play fake. Looking, launching. It is Nakua. Did he stay in? Oh, he did. How on earth did he catch that and stay in bounds?
There is no place for Stafford to throw that ball, but he gives Puka Nakua a chance. And the control with the body to make the catch, literally, his hands are behind his head. The ball goes past his vision, and he catches it. And then his feet.
Showing pressure. They come with a blitz. Stafford floats one out. Cole! It's Nakua again. Come on!
Here's Nakua on Taron Johnson. Gets the outside leverage, and it's great coverage.
They come with blitz again. Stafford sees it. Unloads it. Looking for Cooper Kupp. He's got it inside the 15. A perfect throw from Matthew Stafford, and there's another penalty.
Talk a lot about Nakua, but do not sleep on Cooper Kupp. They get a little bit uncoordinated in their coverage, and Rasul Douglas has no chance. That is just called a seam route, where you run right up the inside of the numbers. It's a vertical route, and you got Rasul Douglas in coverage, and that is just...
Corum gives Kyron Williams a rest in the backfield. And Stafford's going to throw it. With some time, delivers a perfect strike. 2-2 Atwell is wide open. Up across midfield, he goes. So Atwell.
It's about zone coverage. Excuse me, the Bills played zone coverage, and Stafford looks where he's, so open. That is as wide open as you're going to get in the NFL. Plays as often as possible.
See what play they have here. 3rd and 6. Pressure comes. Stafford eludes, throws on the run. Nakua again. Down inside the 25. Another dart from Stafford, and Nakua going off today. His 10th catch.
Zone defense. Nakua just pushing up. And again, another sail route. Same when he hit Kupp too. You got Kupp short. You got Nakua intermediate, and you got Atwell deep. Now it's just dealer's choice for Stafford. Who you got?
Another third. Stafford looking end zone. Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown Rams. Douglas is down, but first this ridiculous catch.
Unbelievable. Kupp going up off the knee. Oh, why use two hands when I use my thigh board? What a catch. Again, zone defense. He runs right up the seam, which is the inside edge of the numbers. Stafford, the veteran quarterback that he is, look at his eyes. He knows what he's got. Look right, hold the safety, and just rip a dot. A-plus throw. Got to go to your best players. To me, that's Kupp and Nakua. They're both at the bottom of the screen right here.
4th down, Stafford looking. Zips one of the middle. Caught. It's a first down on a 4th and 5. He delivers it. It's 2-2 Atwell. They blitz. Stafford sees it. Nakua gets a block. He might go. Nakua scores. Touchdown Rams.
When you have a guy like Cooper Kupp, as unselfish as he is, and you just get it to Nakua on the slip screen, you get a great block by Havenstein.
Rams start this drive from the 33 and private parts. Stafford going deep downfield, and he's got Nakua to the 16-yard line. Puka Nakua got free, beat Travarius Ward. biggest play of the night.
And they finally picked the right time. Little play action, little flash of it. Actually, they catch him in a blitz, one-on-one. And boy, does he get behind Ward. It's been such tight coverage on the back end with these 49ers corners and the safeties dialing up any kind of crossers.
Thus it wasn't called.
Stafford play action, 1st and 10. Chased by Solomon Thomas, and it's caught by Puka Nacua. It takes a couple to bring him down, and finally he falls.
Well, it's always dangerous to throw back to the middle of the field when you're rolling one direction. Nakua's running a corner route, and he sees the defense flowing to the sideline, so he stops his route. The two defensive backs keep going towards the sideline.
First down play is a pass from Stafford to an open cut. Cooper Kupp takes it down to the 30-yard line, gain at 29.
Matthew Stafford holding in the pocket with the guy in his face. In the deep corner route, ball up and over the top. Cooper Kupp with the big play.
First target to Kupp. They win the first touchdownless game of the year. Stafford on 3rd down, and Nacua move the chains down to the 11-yard line. Gain of 15.
Side, and then a perfect throw up over the top of the linebacker. And a nice contested catch by Puka Nacua.
So they're winning high-scoring games or winning low-scoring games. It's a first down. Stafford over the middle to Nacua. Puka with back-to-back games.
Starts with a little play action and finds Nacua. Big play to start the night for the Rams, down inside the Minnesota 45.
Well, right away, Minnesota trying to disguise coverage. You see Stephon Gilmore, he's bailing out, and Nacua gets right into that area, and it's just uncontested. Nobody underneath the throw.
2nd and 9. Stafford for Higbee. What a catch! 23 yards.
No, that ball was money. They rushed 5, and so it's one-on-one on the outside, inside. Question is, did he have control of the ball as he goes to the ground? He's got it. That's a great job of sticking with it. They missed Higbee when he missed all that time. They knew he was going to have to be a factor in this game.
Play action. Stafford on the move. Stops. Finds his man. Touchdown, Williams.
You're going to see Kyron Williams as he takes the play fake. You roll out to the left. If you don't like what you've got, you know you've got Kyron Williams then coming in behind it. They cover it up very well.
To get the Rams, who traveled with about 400 people, and according to Michael, 6 dogs, 2 cats. Pass is caught with another big play to start the drive as Demarcus Robinson brings it in.
As they started going more under center with Stafford, more play action, and getting the ball out of Stafford's hands, and it made a big impact really in all facets of their game. Get the ball out in the screen.
Under 20 to go. Wide open. Allen touchdown.
Well, the Vikings rushed 7, so they got 4 in coverage, but you got 2 over here on Nacua, so nobody then goes with Davis Allen, and it's just they've got a real shot at it.
3rd down and 9. Stafford, Kupp. He makes a spinning grab. And that's his first of the night. Yards on the first target of the night for Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, and there was no disguise. Cooper Kupp, when he comes off the ball, he's going 100 miles an hour. And Shaq Griffin, he never really gets out of his back pedal. He just kind of thinks that he's going to run an out route. He was not anticipating at all.
2nd and 10. Blitz comes, it's picked up. Stafford throws and completes it for the first down to Nacua to the 18, a gain of 17 as Stafford hung in there. Rams in the red zone.
It's going to come right here from Kyron Williams because you're going to see Stafford go here, and then back across this way. I mean, that is about as long as we've seen Matthew Stafford, at least against these Eagles, and that was a little look away. Did you see it?
Stafford fires in traffic and is caught by Higbee for the touchdown.
And they have been moving some safeties and corners around with Higbee because he had such an influence on that game last week. But if you watch Matthew Stafford, you'll see him almost like a baseball pitcher. He went from way high to low.
He adds a little bit of energy to every room he's in. 2nd and 7, Stafford stepping up, taking a shot downfield for Robinson. Undercut, who's got it? Oh, he pulled it away! DeMarcus Robinson pulled it away at the 19-yard line, right out of Isaiah Rodgers' hands.
On the field, we saw them going after him, and
wow,
tie goes to the offensive player.
48-yard gain after one. It's 13-7 Philly. You're watching the divisional playoff. Stafford from the pocket, going to take a shot for Kupp this time, and Cooper goes up and gets it. Going to rule him down at the 36-yard line.
Is to get as close to that defender as you can before you make your move. Good job that time by Cooper Kupp, but the real win was at the point of attack, goes up, makes the catch. Huge play. The Rams desperately needed that play.
You cannot see the yard line numbers at this point. Stafford, back to pass, throws in the middle. It's complete for the first down at what looks to be the 44-yard line for DeMarcus Robinson.
The route down the field, a clean one, but that time it was Milton Williams right there. But Mike, we're beginning to see on the routes down the field, watch how cautious the defensive backs, and Darius Slay in this case, has to be.
10, Stafford's throw. Stopping comeback to the 18-yard line is connected. Stafford in the middle, caught for the touchdown by, let's see, is Colby Parkinson. Parkinson for the score. And it's a one-score game for the Rams at 28-21.
It's a good route, just uses that big, powerful body to get inside and stretch it out, but that was the code breaker. I mean, you hate to look at it now, but man, maybe if they had gone to it sooner.
Final 95 seconds of regulation. Stafford takes the shoulders, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He pinned it on his shoulder and made the catch.
Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable.
At the 21-yard line.